You puppy. Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to another stepping stone. It's your boy here with this other good boy who I just met at this river. He's a little bitey though. Don't bite me, okay? Don't bite, okay? What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Authentic being and cognitive resonance, huh? Goodbye. Alright guys. That's hilarious. That's so adorable. Alright, so today I am still here in China, but it's actually my last couple days left here. I'm going back home, going back to the US. I need to make monies. I have no monies. I make no monies from this, so gotta do what I gotta do. It's not ideal, but what has been pretty ideal is the way I've lived the past few months of my life. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to kind of have a little reflection. Hey, welcome back, puppy. What's up? Hey, don't bite. Ow! What are you doing? I don't have food, okay? Oh my god. Jesus, was that on purpose? You're in the water, dog. What are you doing? You're in the water. Oh my gosh, she's crazy. You're a crazy dog. Get on out of here, get on. Oh my gosh, what the heck? He's a free spirit, man. Love to see it, Alright, so I still don't know if people know what this channel is. And, you know, I realized recently that I don't even really know what this channel is. I'm still figuring out. And that's kind of always, I guess, been kind of the whole premise is like, you know, the first video I ever made was called Who Am I and What Am I Doing? And really it was just kind of a starting point for figuring out like, alright, like, what am I trying to do with my life? And my channel, which is what I want to dedicate my life to, I guess. They're kind of one and the same in some ways. But, you know, I knew that the way I was living was not working for me. I knew that I wanted to change, and I just didn't really know who I was and how I wanted to change. And so it's kind of been capturing that journey of trying to like find my way in life and trying to live my life in a way that feels authentic to me. Another phrase I like to use is cognitive resonance, the opposite of cognitive dissonance, meaning living a life in alignment with what I believe. And so I've tried a whole lot of things, and I feel like these past few months have been like, I guess like the most aligned few months of my life, like ever, because basically he's coming back. What's up, Doji? What's up? What are you doing? Hey, don't bite me, okay? Basically, the last few months of my life, yeah, I've okay, he distracted me. I'm feeling a bit self-conscious, actually, is what's going on there. I'm feeling a bit anxious. I'm like, oh no, blah blah blah. I'm choking on my words too much, like blah 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 blah. And you know, that's actually a perfect example of what most of this journey has been thus far, which is really just building that awareness of how had I become the person I was, and also like building awareness and discovering for myself like who do I want to be, who do I want to become. And I feel like these last few months have been some of the best of my life. They've been really hard. You know, when I got here, I remember feeling just so lost, and the first video I posted in months was just like being like, just kind of admitting that I'm like feeling pretty shit, feeling pretty ready. It just felt very stuck, very paralyzed. And eventually, once I accepted that and I let out some emotions, I cried and let out those past pains, I feel like I got into a really good flow, and I've been for the first time, super consistent with my videos, with my channel, and super dedicated and just purely living life as I believe. And so I guess for me what that means, I have a mission statement that I think probably would capture it pretty well, which is to inspire people to be more curious, connected, and understanding of themselves, each other, and the world around them, so they may live a more authentic, healthy, harmonious, joyful, and fulfilling life, be unafraid to dream, and be unrelenting in the pursuit of their dreams. And so I feel like that mission does encapsulate things pretty well. I just feel like it's kind of all over the place, and I don't know if people realize that that's what I'm doing, or if people believe in that too, or what. But yeah, these last few months have really been the first time where I truly live up to that. Most days, I just do whatever. I'm basically like retired. I don't make any money. I'm not working any jobs. All I dedicate my time to is exactly what I want. And there are some moments where that's like not really what I truly want. I'm wasting time like watching YouTube videos or scrolling Instagram reels and stuff like that. But there's also, for the most part, a lot of things I truly do believe in. I focus on my health. I've been super healthy, walking a lot, trying to eat really well, build healthy eating habits. I've been focused on this channel where I basically, it functions as like exposure therapy. Like every single video I do pushes my comfort zone in some way to be the person I want to be, and to heal from being the person that other people wanted me to be and were disappointed by, if that makes sense. As in, I feel like I've made huge progress in like emotionally releasing. There's like an emotional well. You can think of it like a well, a water well, but there's emotions in there. And there's been a lot of days where literally all I do for most of the day is just process and like cry. No cap, man. And it's a healthy thing. And that's part of what I try to be very open about. And because I believe it's very healthy. And healthy masculinity, all that shit. And so there's been that. It's really incredible how much more comfortable I've gotten, both in just talking about things, but also with what I do and the situations I feel comfortable filming in. In the last few months, I've done everything from just talk about anything, literally whatever I want to talk about. I've talked about my therapy, my history of therapy. I've talked about a famous artist who changed my life, XXXTentacion. I basically just did all these random little things, all these tiny stepping stones that helped me push my comfort zone and kind of decondition myself from the ways I lived that I didn't believe in. There was so much fear of judgment, criticism, and failure were the biggest ones. And I made huge strides in those. I feel really good about that. I feel really proud of myself. I also stepped into one of the scariest things for me, which was talking about like serious things. It's one of my most popular videos, although I don't know why it doesn't show up when you look up my most popular videos, but I made a video about the United States of America collapsing, the empire declining, and it went really well. I'm really glad. I just spoke my truth and people resonated, and that's a beautiful thing. And for so long I struggled so much with making serious videos or just talking about serious things in general. I always felt very scared that people would shit on me or judge me or criticize me, and some people do. There's a few cheeky hate comments there, but that's an area I've gotten extremely good at, and it's awesome. It's incredible. It's almost unimaginable how much growth and progress and deconditioning I've been able to do in these past 3 months. And I feel like if you watched me for that period of time, I would think it's quite evident. I definitely feel it's super evident. I remember even just a couple months ago making a video talking about how I'm finally starting to feel like myself again. Meaning like truly feeling like just light and just authentically myself, not so caught up worrying about things and scared or fearful of judgments and all these things, and accepting myself and allowing myself to be joyful, allowing myself to be myself, to make jokes that some people might think are cringe, to be so joyful and like content that people might be jealous of me or hate on me or judge me or whatever, all these things. And it's been really tough at times, but it's completely worth it. And I think that's kind of, I guess, something I'm kind of reaffirming about what this channel is, which is, I want it to kind of be like a digital trail of my own journey, of my own self in chasing my dreams and building my dreams, building a purpose, because it's not something like you just find, I think that's a huge misconception. Dreams and purpose and meaning are built. And I've done a lot of building, and it feels amazing. And it sucks that I have to let it go for a little while and go back to the capitalist hellscape that is the divided states of America. Oh my gosh, I'm kidding. Partially kidding. But it is what it is, man. I live a very, very privileged and very blessed life. Life is extremely blessed. I'm in China, man. Incredible. I have access to beautiful nature, which is really hard to come by in China. I'm really happy I came here again. I've only been here once. And that's the thing, man. It's so easy to like just take things for granted. And that's something I don't want to do. This life, we got one shot, man. One opportunity. And I want to make it my own. I want to make it worthwhile. I want to, Jesus. I want to do what I want to do. I want to make the most of it. And I feel like these past few months have been a true taste of what that's like, and I don't want to lose that. I don't want that to end. I don't want to change it. I'm really excited to go back and make some money so I can continue doing what I want. And I feel like the world could be a much better place if more of us lived lives we believed in. Some people maybe believe in some crazy shit, and I don't want to see certain things come to fruition. If there's like a serial killer whose dream is to like kill 20 people in a month, like, all right, bro, you can stay cognitively dissonant, bro. But for most people, I feel like most people are pretty well-meaning, well-intended people. And part of why I think a lot of people are miserable is cognitive dissonance. I feel like a lot of people aren't living a life they believe in. And I guess that's kind of what I want my channel to play into, to be a place where people can see me go through that process and see the journey, see that paper trail, and hopefully inspire them to make some change themselves. That's kind of what it's about, and what I intend to keep doing. I still struggle with feeling like things are all over the place, and it still hurts sometimes when videos get no views, very few views. But it is what it is. And even if I never make it, if I never find monetization or find success, quote unquote, by all other means that I care about, being healthy, being content, having peace, low stress, spending time with my girlfriend, with her family, with my family, with people who I care about. That's what matters to me. And I don't want to get a big house. I don't want to get a sick ass car. Maybe it'd be cool, but it wouldn't last. It's all dopaminergic. It's all pleasure based. And I don't know, man. I'm curious to see what it'll be like once I'm back in the US. I don't think I can ever see it the same way, if I'm honest. And I feel like the world's a crazy place right now. And we need radical change. And I'm trying to be the change I want to see in the world, and I hope to inspire people to do the same. I think the last thing that I've kind of dabbled in a lot, and I think that I've truly found a lot of joy in, is doing wanderings, just exploring, going out to random places. And that's something I definitely intend to keep doing, and probably what I'm most excited about and feels most cognitively resonant, because it kind of allows me to do everything I want. Like, seriously. Like, you know, if I go out and just like explore and vlog, I get good exercise, I get a lot of walking in, I get to talk to people, I get to have joyful experiences, learn about the world, learn about other people, other people's stories, other cultures, learn about myself. I get to connect with people and feel connected. I get to get out of my house and not bed rot and not fall into the trap of doom scrolling and all this other shit, man. I feel like, you know, the internet is not real life. It's definitely not. But there's so many people who spend too much time on the internet. I was one of those people. And it's a concerning thing, particularly social media. And that's the other cool thing, is that with the videos I make, I get to talk about whatever I want. I get to talk about the things that matter to me. I get to have fun, get to enjoy life, get to grow, get to live and learn. All these things. And it's awesome. And it sounds awesome. And I'm really excited for what's to come. I feel like I'm finally past a lot of that trauma, a lot of the barriers. You know, I've actually been daydreaming lately, believe it or not. Like, I've actually been thinking about vlog ideas and being like, thinking about what's going to happen and how cool it might be. And in the past, when I would do that, I would like, it would be the opposite. I would like be filled with so much fear and doubt and anxiety about what would happen and what will go wrong and what probably will go wrong and how people will judge me and criticize me and how I'm going to fail and all these things. But for the first time in years and years and years, I think about an idea and I'm like, wow, that sounds awesome. Like, oh my gosh, it'd be so funny if I did this, or if I ran into these people, or if I went to check out this place I've never been, or talk to these people I've never talked to. You know, I feel like, I was telling my girlfriend the other day, I feel like I'm like, just like I have that child spirit, man. I'm just like, when I was a little kid, I think I just really loved connecting, and I was super curious, and I was probably weird, and I got bullied for it, I got judged, I got criticized, I got all these things, and it fucked me up for a long time. And it hurts to admit it, and it's been hard to admit, even now, that it still affects me. But luckily, I can truly say that that grasp hardly controls me anymore. And I'm excited for what's to come. And, you know, I hope that I can keep kind of developing myself and the channel and my style and what my message is. If you watch this, you have a pretty freaking good idea of what all that is. And I hope to see you guys in the future. I think anyone who watched this, it really does help. It feels very affirming. Shout out Dave's Hong Kong and China videos. Or channel. And yeah, I feel great having talked about this. I feel cognitively resonant. And I hope that you guys can take it a step at a time and live a life that is more authentically your own and more cognitively resonant as well. That's about it, I think, unless I forgot things, but I think that's about it. Here's a cool metro train. Pretty cool, right? And yeah, I guess that's about it. I'll catch you guys next time. Yeah, be well. Take care. Peace. One last thing, I gotta partake in my tradition, man. Whenever I'm at a beautiful, clean body of water, I just love to dunk or splash my face in my head. So I'm gonna do that. It feels a bit cringe, but that's okay. I'm just gonna notice it. I'm gonna just do me, man. Alright.